यात्री कृपया ध्यान दें।
Hello cool asses, how are you? This is Jasneet Singh, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the basic difference between the Indian education system and Canadian education system. Now it's been around 3 months. My first semester is going to get over in like next 6 days. So I'm pretty confident about this topic. The reason being, now I understand the basic intricacies of how actually Canadian system works. I have been through like two subjects now. My branch is information security, systems and security. For the people who don't know, I study in Concordia University, and I have also done my bachelor's, which is Bachelor's of Technology, back in India. Now I have studied for 4 years in India, gave around more than 60 to 70 exams, and also like studied my did my schooling back in India. Now here I've given like two exams, and also I have seen a lot of my friends giving exam. Now why I'm saying this is because format of education for every student is not same here. It's different for everyone. It's customized according to the professor they choose, according to the subject they choose, according to the professor who's teaching. Now first thing is they do not teach old technologies. Very first thing, the basic. In India, I used to study technology. I think I have not done my BTech. I think I have done my BTech in history, because I used to study things like 2G technology, and like things which are not even in use right now, which were used back in 90s, which had their relevance in 80s, not now. And over here, when I came here, I in my syllabus I saw that there is like 2G technology, and I just asked my friend like, why are they teaching this kind of stuff? And they said, oh, don't you know, professor has actually removed this 2G technology and they have introduced 5G in the syllabus, so she'll not be teaching that, she'll be teaching the new one. I was like, okay, dude, that's something, that's nice, that's something considerable, that's good. And that is the very first thing I really liked about how Canadian education system works. Because when you teach the new technology, the students learn the state of the art, and then they think on that and then build. So you think about future, right? You think, don't, it's good to take inspiration from past, I don't deny that, undoubtedly. You learn the Johnson model, and then you build the Bohr's model, atomic model. But the thing is that, complete for like one semester you are completely studying John's model. That doesn't make sense. That's pure bullshit. So back in India, I used to do like, we had that kind of an education system. Now I'm not shitting on the Indian education system, it has its own relevance, but Indian education system again is not India's. It was designed by Lord Macaulay, and it's not of Indians of their own. But anyhow, not going into that much thing. Again, the second thing is that the exam system is very different. It's way different than what happened in India. In India, I used to if I talk about like BTech, and I'm comparing my image. So back in India, we had exams like, we used to have two midterms, like one midterm and one final exam, and then there were like two exams in between of like, I guess 30 marks or something like that. And this was a set pattern for every subject for all the semesters. Now over here, it's a little different, just very different. The thing is that it would be like a professor decides his or her own custom ranking criteria. Let's say for a subject, for one of my, I'm talking about my two subjects. For one of my subject, it's like two exams and a project. And project is mandatory. We'll come on to that, which is a third part, like pragmatic approach and practical thinking. But project is mandatory for every subject. Now, for one of my subjects, there are like two exams, one midterm and a final term, and a project. So midterm and final term, they both carry around like 30% and 35% weightage, and the project carries around 30% weightage. So that whole combines to 100%. And for one of my other subjects, there are three quizzes. Quizzes, again, like you can call them exams. So these three quizzes are like in an incremental order. So first quiz was 15%, second one was 25%, and the third one is around like 40%. I think this comprises of 75 or 80%, something like that, and the rest of the marks goes to a project. And that too project is done in groups. uh, now groups can be of variable sizes as well. For one of my the other one subject which has 2 exams, the group is a little bigger because of course the project weightage is high, that is 30%. So the group is of 8 people, and it's actually operating systems security, where we learn about Android hacking and stuff like that. You attack on Android and you defense on Android. It's like totally practical. It's theory undoubtedly, but you see the practical implementation of that as well at the same time. And that's what my third point actually is. Okay, exams are done now. Also, coming back to my second, I'll just juggle between second and third. But the second point, exams. Now, back in India, we used to have exams where we had a, if you are an IP university, I was an IP university, in the Plus University, and we didn't study for like complete semester, bro. But the thing is, you'll be able to secure really good marks. I had around like 85% GPA. Like, wow, bro. I used to study just a month, just the exam month. Like 6 months of the semester, I used to study just 1 month, and I got around like 85%. The thing is that in Enterprise University, you have a book named Akash, and you just study that. You just not study even. You just ratify that. You just mug it up. You just sorry, not mug it. You just mug it up, and then you just have to vomit it in your exam, and you are done. You are sorted. You'll be able to score even like 100 out of 100 if you have mugged it up correctly. If you have mugged it up in a best way possible. And also you have to like write pages and pages. You have to like write a lot. Now over here when I came, the exams were not like that. They were too much conceptual. They were too much what do you call, they were like application based. Okay, first thing, let's say there, for every question there was a scenario, and in that scenario what you have studied in your class, you have to think about that thing, and then you have to formulate the idea, and then put it over here, and then like give the answer. First thing. Second thing is, for even the questions were like, you can't cheat as well, because it was an offline exam. So the questions were different for all the people. They were like in different sets. They were customized to everyone. Every student has to use his or her student ID, so no answer can be similar. Also, when you go for the practical things like a project, so in India we used to have a project, and BTech I also made a project. Most of the people didn't make the projects on their own, because there was no foundation of plagiarism or anything. But over here it's like 3 times if you found copying, if you found plagiarism, even from the internet or from any of your friends, you are deported back to your country. So it's like really, really strict rules. So I think this what happens is, when you tighten the boundaries, when the boundaries are too strict, you get to evolve a lot. Your growth is exponential, because now what will happen is you have to do it on your own. The person who doesn't know Android, he or she has to learn Android. He or she has to first learn Java. He or she has to now build applications. He or she has to first learn Python, then write scripts for Metasploit, and stuff like that. So that what causes the growth, actually, in a true sense. Not we used to have back in, but so that is the very basic difference what I have felt personally. I don't know if like people do these kind of evaluations of like what Canadian system actually is, or I think most of the people are like fed up of this thing, because they are used to what we had back in India. Even I talk to a lot of people, a lot of my friends, they're like, oh yeah, wahi badhiya tha. Like that was better, when we used to chill, when we used to have fun. Bro, when you are taking subjects, you should have fun in that. You should enjoy your subjects. That's the main thing. That's the main thing over here. Whether he or she is a research student, or if you are an engineering student, like if you are a course-based student, you have to be on your toes always. You have to study really hard. That's the main thing. Now, I'm not scaring you guys. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the actual reality. people have their ways, around all of this. They find loopholes. Undoubtedly, people get their people get freelancers for building assignments and stuff like that. But that's fine. If that works for you, that's fine. But again, I would say like growth is what your main concern should be. That being said, I think now you might have an idea of what actually Canadian system looks like. I'm just telling the microscopic views of what actually the differences are where you are right now and where you're gonna be. So you need to think in that way. Okay, if you like the video, then please hit that like button. Please comment if you want to see the next video, because this question also came in one of the comments on the previous video. And just share the video if you like my content. If you think I'm doing justice to to these questions, then hit that like button and just share. Thank you. Bye bye.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.